This is game number 1 of Tempo Storm versus Newbie. The first game is going to be Reynad versus Godslayer.
Alright.
So we see that Reynad's going to be on Druid this game, and Godslayer is also going to be on Druid, so we're
Yep.
going to see a mirror.
Mirror match. One of the more draw dependent ones, probably.
And neither person has wild growth, so we're going to have a little bit of a fair game.
Yeah, a little bit. Godslayer's hand is still pretty terrible. He's just gonna have a million mana at the end of the game in his hand.
It's not like Reynad's applying that much pressure either.
No. He might not. Godslayer might not ever be able to get the board back though. Probably gonna see a Druid of the Claw next turn.
You could have opted for one of the Tech 3 drops, just to, put up some board presence,
Yeah,
but
the
he opted
MC
not to.
tech would have been decent actually on that board, but I guess that's how he's planning on getting it back at some point. Could be next
He's
turn.
probably going to charge this. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Whoa! Alright.
I'm not
I
impressed.
guess he's playing around Swiper, like, I guess just even the piloted Shredder.
Yeah,
But, I don't know.
definitely matches up better now.
Yeah. Playing it a little safe. Well, the fourth minion's not going to come down just yet. I don't think you can pass up this Wrath.
Well, at some point, he's definitely going to have more than 4 minions because
Yeah,
of
one
Dr.
would
Boom,
think.
or more than 3.
Yeah. Oh, man.
He really doesn't have a play here.
This
He's going to
turn's
just have to drop a
terrible.
beat.
Yeah. Oh, and that 2-1 is just. Oh, God.
That's why I would have liked to see either of the 3 drops on turn 2.
Yeah.
Just because Drew doesn't have a lot of ways to curl back into the game.
Yeah. Gotta fight for the board early if you can. And while it wasn't a great way to, it was better than the situation he's in now. Like, he's gonna need to steal this Druid of the Claw if he gets the chance. Spectral Knight doing nothing the turn it comes down. Not the position you want to be in when you're playing that card. Oh,
Well, with that, just about the best top deck they
yeah.
got.
And time for a little MC Tech RNG. He wants that
He needs to
taunt.
steal the taunt, yeah.
Needs that taunt. Or else it's lethal. And
That's the worst one.
yeah, I mean, anything except the Druid of the Claw is pretty bad, but it was the worst one. So that's more than just about it. That is it.
Yeah, he got ran over.
Yeah, that's the Druid mirror. He ended with like 40 mana in his hand, and Reynad got to play his cards. So yeah. So
I wonder
Reynad,
if that match would have went any differently if he coined out mind control thing.
yeah, I mean you'd like to think so. I mean Reynad did have a Wrath in his hand, but then like he doesn't get the Druid of the Claw down that turn. If he
Yeah.
wants to deal with it, I mean he could just play the Druid of the Claw into the 3/3, which wouldn't have been unreasonable. But I don't know. I
Did you
think it
see
would have
what?
been better, for sure.
Yeah. Did you see what his other classes are?
He's got Paladin and he has Hunter.
I'd like to see the Paladin.
So yeah, I'd like to see the Paladin as well. Tends to have a really good matchup against Druid. That being said, Hunter generally does too, especially if it's a
Yeah.
more mid-rangey one.
Freezing Trap just
Yeah,
is such a headache for Druid to
so
deal
good.
with. And what were Reynad's other 2 classes?
Reynad also had Paladin, and I think his last one was Warlock.
It has to be Warlock,
Yeah,
right?
I would think so. Best handlock play in the world. How are you not going to give it to him?
That's true.
Yeah. So we got some cool images on their shirts there. Tiddler not going with the wolf this time, but he's got
Gotta
something
go
with
with the wolf.
horns and a hat. I'm not entirely sure what that is. And this guy's got a cupcake with wings, I think.
Yeah.
Not Not entirely sure what's going on here, but it's pretty awesome.
Tiddler is known for his fashion sense, above all.
I mean, he's just a hip dude. With that
If I
hat.
was pl-
It's got like
yeah, if I
puppet
was playing
strings
against
on
him
it.
at BlizzCon, I would have just looked at the wolf and just been so
I
scared.
mean, it's intimidating. It's a wolf. It's got like puppet strings on his hat too. It all works together. The whole outfit is just
I guess
special.
Godslayer's having a tough time deciding what he's gonna pick.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's taking so long. Just pick a deck. They're both
Hope for
good
the
here.
best. Alright,
Well,
so
it's face.
not necessarily.
Not necessarily. You're gonna look at
He's
that.
web spinner.
This is Glavezuka.
That's true.
R&B Gal.
Alright.
That doesn't narrow it down. I don't think.
It's probably face, but it
Yeah.
could be mid-range
This
because
still.
I know in that Senex Hunter list, there's like the one of Abusive
Yeah.
Sergeant. So I wouldn't be surprised to see like a one of
Once we see
Glavezuka
like
as
a
well.
Wolf Rider. Huh? All these cards, man. We don't know for sure.
Hunter is always Hunter.
Yeah, it'll have the kill command, you know. That's for sure. And it gets a wild growth. You know, not too bad. It's gonna be able to curve out pretty well after it. If he decides
Does
to
it
go
just
for
Wrath
it.
here
I
instead?
mean, he could Wrath, but
Then you have double 4-drop next. Well, coin 4-drop into 4-drop if you need it.
yeah.
Wild Growth's the better play if it's mid-range. Oh,
He's
he
just
just
gonna
added his hero power.
maximize his resources. Just kill the 1 HP minion for free,
This
but he's
is,
taking some extra damage there.
yeah, this is the best play against mid-range. 3 owls.
WTF 3 owls. This is, well, you know, he'll be able to activate his skill command at some point, that's for sure. I don't think the 3 owls are good. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
but
throw it out there.
taunts are meaningless this game.
Taunts are meaningless. I don't even know if he has 3 taunts in the deck though. So one will be good in this first Druid of the Club. And so alright, Reynad going with the rat this time around, rather than hero powering again. Oh, he's gonna get the wild growth out of his hand, I think. Yeah.
Alright.
It's pretty
I
good.
like
He'll
that
be
play.
able to play a 5-drop next turn if he wants. Alright, I saw an owl. I don't know what that card's doing in the deck.
Misha.
Misha. Misa? Misha coming down.
So Druid of the Claw just lines up perfectly to
I
take this
think
out.
we're gonna see the Druid of the Claw. I mean, he could swipe, but I don't think he's gonna want to. There's so many 1 HP minions in this deck. Don't want to save that for a bigger board. And when you have an option like the Druid of the Claw here, oh man, he's gonna go for it. I
Well,
guess
knowing
he's
his
just
hand, this is actually a pretty good play.
yeah, yeah. I think he's just trying to stay ahead of the hunter, so he doesn't need a huge board clear at some point.
Yeah.
He's just trying to keep it clear every turn. And he's gonna have the keeper and the shade here, so I think it's gonna work out for him pretty well. He just needs to. Oh man, he's not okay. He's got the Druid of the Claw. Okay, Druid of the Claw and Wrath. I mean, this is good too.
I wonder why he preferred that.
Yeah, is he trying to like keep it for the silence? Like, does he? I mean, he can't. He saw the Arcane Golem. He
Yeah.
knows this isn't a mid range deck. He's not like saving it for high main or anything.
I guess he is afraid of explosive trap,
I don't know. Maybe.
but I don't really
I'm
understand.
not sure. I mean, it play's not necessarily bad, but I don't know. Just fit the curve well.
He's already played this game much differently than I would have.
Yeah.
I would have definitely.
I think he's
Came with
taking
that.
about the same amount of damage you would have though the other way too.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's affecting him that much. And we know no matter when he put the taunt down, it wasn't gonna matter. He's got owls for days. Oh man, the rag. I do kind of like the rag here. I guess if he goes for the heal now, he's afraid that he might die, but I like clearing the 2-1 and playing rag, and then you can heal next
Yeah.
turn.
Puts on
Yeah, you put the
a whole lot
pressure
of
on him
pressure.
now. You put the pressure on now. You threaten the combo next turn too, even though we can see he doesn't have any pieces of it. You're open.
Rag doesn't set up for 2-turn kills though.
No, not based on his hand, but he's got to put pressure on. I think. 'Cause, well, odds are he's not dead, so you can just heal next turn. So you just get an extra
Yeah.
rag shot in, and you get to hero power with the ancient lore. So I think this is definitely the better play.
He would have the win if he had a combo, but
He would, yeah, he would have lethal combo.
he's not a good enough druid player to have it on turn 9.
Well, this is a whole lot of damage. Definitely going for the hero power over any extra minions or anything like that. Even though he does have a rag. His opponent has a rag on board.
What can the hunter top deck for lethal here?
He needs 1 point of damage, or 2 points of damage. So, there you go. Needs 2 points of damage. In 1 mana, actually, because
Yeah,
he'd have to play the
that was
owl. Yeah,
yours.
not an abusive
So is
soldier.
there
Well,
anything?
second kill command. Wolf Rider is
Rider's got
not.
it.
Wolf Rider's 1 off.
Or 1 mana off.
1 mana off and 1 damage off, yeah. Wow, well, he's gonna have to.
Actually, no, it's not 1 mana
It's
off.
2 mana off.
Yeah.
But, yeah, 2 mana off, 1 damage off. Bible Swamp.
So
Play the
Reynad's
sad
gonna take a
music.
quick 2-0.
Well, no, I mean, he's not necessarily. Is he necessarily dead here? He's got to kill command. Like, he's got to start attacking stuff. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I actually don't know if he has a draw now. But, yeah, I don't think he has a draw, actually. That does enough damage. So, yeah, it's pretty much over.
Man, I just want to see what your Reynad play Warlock.
It's
You could do a
Handlock,
Godslayer.
man.
I'm really surprised that he chose Phase Hunter over Paladin.
Yeah, that is very surprising. I
That's
don't.
like one of the best matchups
Yeah.
for Paladin, just because of how good the
Yeah.
what's the name of it? The 3/3.
Aldor Peacekeeper.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
Very good against the larger druid minions, yeah. And just even with the Muster of Battle Quartermaster potential, if he's probably playing a Quartermaster. Like if you get a
At
big
least one.
board, yeah, if you get a big board against a druid, they're not coming back. And Paladin has the board clear because he's usually running equality. So,
Not even Leroy.
oh man, the second kill command coming 1 turn too late. That is not gonna do it. Not even King Crush would have done it. So, Godslayer is either not living up to his name or Reynad is not a god. It's one or the other. Because Reynad's just taking him down with ease at the moment.
He's just a phony Godslayer. We all know that Reynad's the god of the
So
game.
Reynad is the god of the game. Yeah, that's what I figured. So Godslayer just lying to us. Leading us on when he's not actually what he claims to be. And he's going to need to 3-0 with this Paladin.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I mean, but based on the classes Reynad has, I think it could do it. There's no like Rogue in there. Rogue would be a class you want to avoid. What other ones are bad for Paladin?
If it's handlock, that's not a good matchup.
Yeah, the handlock. It depends. Like a lot of people are cutting one equality, which is an important card. So yeah, handlock actually could be pretty tough, and it probably is. All right, well, depends. There are still some controlish paladins with 2 equalities and a pyro out there.
Well, I'd be surprised if Godslayer is still trying to figure out what deck to pick.
Yeah, I guess they're. Maybe the fans want to hear what Tiddler has to say. Okay, we're getting right into it, and I don't know. I guess these are the mid-range cards.
And Paladin already has the perfect curve.
Yeah, Paladin. This is the hand you want to see. I'm not sure what he's thinking about here. A little bit curious why he didn't play the knife juggler first. I guess he's
First.
afraid of wrath, but
Yeah. Nah, I like the
yeah.
shielded
All
mini-bot
right.
for it first.
Yeah, safe play.
There's nothing that Druid has to punish the shielded mini-bot.
Oh man, and we're gonna see Peacekeeper. You could
He could
silence and
silence and
trade, but
trade,
I
but
don't
I
know
don't
that
like that.
juggler's value, man. He wants to keep it. Just dome him. Look, what is he, even from here? What does Drew do about this? It's already getting dicey. And the swipe's actually gonna be pretty good.
And Paladin's just gonna have just 3 strong turns in a row.
Yeah, I mean that zombie show off the top is actually gonna help a lot because the Sludge Belcher coming down next turn is gonna be a really strong play. And Reynad was just gonna keep fighting from behind, but the zombie show might help him fight for the board better in the upcoming turns. Loot Hoarder.
It's one of the better
Not,
ones you
not,
could
not a
get.
terrible minion, yeah. Yeah, it's not like he's up against a mage who could just remove it easily or something like that. That's threatening the 2-2 if he wants to attack it in.
Wow, he's making the trade
Yeah,
for
I
him.
guess he doesn't, like he's afraid, okay, he doesn't want the zombie chow to attack into it.
Yeah,
Not unreasonable.
I don't know if it was necessary though.
Not unreasonable. Oh, and I said the Sludge Belcher was going to come down. I forgot that Reynad ramped up. He's a man ahead. So now would be the turn the Sludge Belcher's come down. Well, there's, that card that's in every deck.
And no matter what class Reynad plays, it's not going to be useful.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You could be playing Aggro
The
Paladin with
Pally
Avenge.
Secrets.
He's done it before.
What do you mean he's done it before?
He's brought Aggro Paladin to a tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that work out for
He lost.
him? Sounds about right. Yeah. Not too many Pally Secrets worth playing. Oh man, that second Wrath could be really good. Could clear the board. And all things considered, that's a pretty good position for a Druid to be in this matchup. Clear board and you still have something around. It's not bad. And he's got his powerful minions in hand.
So despite the perfect curve coming out of Paladin, the Druid somehow still came out ahead.
Yeah. Reynad opted to hit face. I guess he's not afraid of Quartermaster. He's on 6 mana, so he couldn't even combo the hero power with Quartermaster, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah. And
So
Godslayer just had no good plays that turn.
yeah,
If he just drops Sylvanas, it just trades in,
yeah,
and then Dr. Boom comes down.
yeah. Here it
So
comes. And now the 1/5 Dude Slayer.
So Reynad just
Which,
wants to heavily fight for a board because he's not going to run out of cards anytime soon.
yeah, he can go the distance here. Which sometimes a Druid can struggle with in this matchup. He's not fooling around. That Boom needs to die. I would probably attack a Boom bot there.
I would have
Yeah,
liked to see.
Reynad is confused about why he didn't attack a Boom bot.
Yeah. What the play that really should have been, he should have attacked the 3/3 into the 1/1 first, and then equality. Because no matter what the Boombot does, you don't get punished. Unless it hits the 1/1
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe
You
not.
needed to get the
Yeah.
1/1
Never
into
mind,
the
never mind.
7/1.
It's a
But
little
at
bit
that
risky.
point, take the face damage because now your Sludge Belcher is so threatened.
Yeah.
Or like any minions you play, he can keep these Boombots alive because they're just such a huge threat on the board. I'm a little bit confused there. He could have taken it guaranteed to the face.
Boombots are OP, man.
Yeah.
Can't leave them up. So Land Hens is actually a really good pickup for the Paladin. It's going to make him able to compete.
It's gonna
with
give
the
him a
cards.
chance, but
He needs to be running like second equality, consecrate.
yeah. I mean, just compare these. Like both players are gonna take these turns to refill their hands, but one of them gets a 5/5 on board. So
Yeah.
like You know, it's one of the main reasons Druid's so strong. You can get your hand back, and you get a minion on board, and a very strong one at that. So, not sure what Paladin does from here.
Paladin is like one of the few classes that can't damage their own Sylvanas.
Yeah,
Every other class can usually kill it off themselves.
yeah, they'll have some sort of damage. Like, the best way to do it for Paladin is equality, but even then, you're reducing the minion, you're going to steal down to 1 HP
Yeah,
most of the time, so it's not always that great. Right now, just laying down the beat down. But now the Boombot hitting Sylvanas, yeah, that allows him to steal
yeah,
something here. That's actually really important. He's gonna go for the board rather than land hands. I like this. He's got the Loatheb down to prevent the combo here. Well, that's what you do. You get the Boombot RNG. That's why I left it on the board, man. Hit the
yeah.
Sylvanas, able to kill it off into a 4 attack minion, swinging the board back in his favor.
There's no justice that gets
No,
rewarded in this game.
no justice. Going for the Ancient Lore again. It's okay. I might have opted for the double 5, but this is pretty good too.
And there's the keeper, a turn too late.
Yeah, would have liked that silence last turn. And now Lion Hands comes up. Yep, he's going to trade some minions off so he's not dead to combo and just keep playing stuff. And this definitely looks like the more mid-range deck. Like, I don't think I'd expect a second Lion Hands based on what we've seen.
Or a second equality.
Or, yeah, certainly a second equality. Second Lion
Really?
Hands, what?
I don't think a second equality is in this deck.
No. I definitely wouldn't expect a second equality.
Oh, okay, that's
Like,
what you're saying.
maybe a second Lion Hands, but
Uh,
I still wouldn't think so.
yeah. So we're still seeing again that they choose to put Ragnaros in this mid-range
Yeah,
Druid deck.
it goes face sometimes. It's kind of what this deck wants, but still not convinced by it.
Yeah, especially that. I guess the idea behind it is that your Dr. Boom's gonna get BHDH'd,
Yeah,
then Ragnaros is free. But that's definitely not the case this time.
no.
Hopefully that
Rags,
Rag never comes down for Reynad's sake.
yeah, that'll be a huge swing. Probably won't be able to recover from it. Reynad is agonizing over this decision. Not sure what he's really worried about. I think he just played low sub.
I just want to know what other play he's considering.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's thinking about. If not the low sub there. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna happen. Your low sub's gonna get traded off, but I think is it would if he gets Savage, or is that lethal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It would be 26 if the low subs get traded off. So is Godslayer tempted to 9 mana consecration? Or is he just saying I lose the combo? No, he's going 9 mana consecration.
I'm pretty sure this entire game, Reynad hasn't seen one Savage Roar.
Yeah. Like the whole series.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't think so either. Man, I don't necessarily disagree with that play, but I don't know.
He's
Maybe you
afraid
just
of
got to say
combo.
you lose the combo. Like, because what does he do from here? He's like way behind on board. I guess the Drew's only on 12, but Paladin's not going to burst, so.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you're just going to set up so you're dead to combo next turn, because, like, he's going to get a bunch of minions on the board here. It's a Druid. This is what's going to happen.
I don't think Reynad's gonna do it, but if he plays that Ragnaros, he just loses the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's
that's true.
definitely.
The rag.
Oh
Oh
no.
no, he's picking up the rag. Well, this is how the paladin gets back in. Your opponent plays rag. If he plays rag and hits a 2/2, I
You
think
gotta
he's
think
he's
that you're
got it.
just so far ahead if you just flood the board with minions.
Yeah,
And you just saw a consecration, you've seen
yeah.
inequality. What ways do you
You
really
got
think
it. You
Paladin's
got
gonna
to
have
think
to
about
come
how
back into
you
the
can
game?
lose from this position as the druid at this point. I think
Yeah.
And playing Rag, I think playing Rag and getting a BGH is one of the ways you can lose from here.
For sure.
So I would just play a Keeper and a Shade.
Oh no.
Oh man, if this hits
I
it, I
really
mean even well if it hits a 2/2, it's really bad. If it goes face, oh man, he.
even if even if we didn't know that he had the BGH, I
Yeah,
still think it's the wrong play.
you can't set yourself up to lose the game like that. Like, look at this swing. He's so far ahead if he just gets some of those minions out of his hand.
So now Godslayer's in the point where he's saying, "How do I lose from here?" Because he's not even he's considering not even playing
Yeah,
Doctor
you
Boom
might go
because
for the muster
he
and
thinks
the
he's that far
juggler.
ahead now.
So I
I
just
actually like the safer play of not Doctor Booming
yeah, I mean
and
it would
flooding.
definitely pay. Well, I don't know if it would pay
Have
off.
we seen a swipe?
We have seen one swap. Have we seen? Actually, no, that was another game. Where I actually
Actually,
don't recall.
if we haven't seen a swipe, then I would go with Doctor Boom.
Yeah, because then you'd have two swipes and probably only one BGH. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. You can make the BGH play. Get that out of the way. I guess you got to think about if you're playing the knife juggler first because you don't want to miss a knife. But I think the other reason he was considering the knife juggler rather than just playing around BGH is to try and kill the Shade and Extramus.
Yeah. So you opted to choose the Doctor Boom play.
Yeah, and you know, granted that there's no BGH, this play's gonna be really strong.
The other play
So
would have been fine too because he didn't have swipe. So
yeah,
really, any line of play
swipe
would have been
nine,
okay there.
yeah, would have worked out for him. Might be saving the muster for a quartermaster, but yeah, Reynad really low HP, and might feel like he's forced to use his force of nature here. To
Can he win
just
if he does though?
maybe. I mean, Paladin doesn't have much burst. If he can clear the board, if he could just stabilize, you know, if the Paladin doesn't draw like a true silver, he's not gonna be able to go face that effectively.
If you go Drew to the call and just start to try and stall it out,
Yeah, he
gives him one top deck for lethal.
could try to
Savage Roar.
taunt and just prevent it. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
he's gonna do. Yep, this is. He's gonna get the second shade then too. He has seen a consecration, so he's not too worried about it.
Reynad's just wondering. Oh man.
And his patience is gonna pay off. This is unbelievable. Oh man. Yeah, I think you can play the muster first. You got room for all the dudes. See where the knives land. See how you want to make these attacks.
I would have made the attack with
Yeah,
the 7/7 and
yeah.
the
I
4/6
actually think I
first.
would have killed the taunt first with the 7/7. Yeah, he just
Unless
kind
his
of missed
RNG's
the damage.
one
So,
dagger going to waste.
I'm not entirely sure about that play, but oh man, we might have to take 5 to the face. Nope.
So
So
not even
yeah,
Savage Roar.
not dead to combo here, and yeah, I don't think there's an out here for the druid.
The salt will be real if he top
Yeah,
decks
I
Savage Roar.
mean, we already saw the salt when he. Oh, the swipe coming just in time for all these 3 HP minions. Almost. Yeah. But Reynad was showing some salt when that BGH Dr. Boom turn was played.
Yeah,
So he's feeling it, feeling the salt. He's actually not dead here, technically.
he's dead in spirit though.
Oh yeah, this game's over. He's got to kill the knife juggler and kill one of the 3/2s with this Keeper of the Grove, and the Paladin will have 9 damage showing to his 10, probably 11 HP if he hero powers.
If he was streaming this, he would definitely say something like, "What do we have to do to be good enough to draw Savage Roar?"
Yeah, something along those lines.
What is it in the bottom 10? Both of them?
Both of them. And you know his opponent top decking Quartermaster. I'm sure that comment about that would have made it in as well.
And the Boombots.
Pretty much everything. Pretty much everything would have
And rightfully so.
mentioned. Yeah, rightfully so. Okay.
One of the rare times.
I don't know. He played Rag. He played Rag when it was one of the few plays that could lose in the game.
That's true.
So, you know.
I think that was.
It's easy for us to say
probably,
knowing his opponent's hand, but still, you got to think of all the possibilities. and
He had initiative and
yeah,
just really took an aggressive stance.
well, that second quartermaster is gonna wrap it up. Probably one of the few draws in the Paladin's deck that would have given him lethal.
Yeah.
It's gonna do it, and Paladin takes first step toward bringing the series back. The Godslayer.
So Reynad should pick the deck that's worse, or that he thinks it's worse against
Yeah,
Paladin, because you want to gain
yeah.
as much information as possible with the bad deck. So then, when you have the good matchup, you want have
You
gain
want to
that
know as
information
much
first.
as you can. Yeah,
So the order does
it's
matter.
really the only
About
thing that matters in this. It's like the only, yeah, it's really the
no
only reason
reason
to pick
to.
one deck over the other
Yeah.
is just for more, just to see more cards in your opponent's deck, because you're gonna have to win one game against it, no matter what. So I don't know. Depends on the Warlock deck on which one he'll pick first. If it's Handlock, then we'll probably. I think the Handlock's a better matchup than the Mirror's, probably better than 50% chance. So we'll probably see the Mirror match first, if that's the case.
Yeah.
The Mirror match is a 50-50, so it's not like that's that bad either.
The mirror for
Well,
Paladins,
it's not
just
necessarily
whoever deck is
50-50.
slower, right?
Yeah, I think the Control deck is favored. The Pyromancer is good, second equality. Like, everything's about the board, and the Control deck runs a second equality, which is huge. Uh, you know, run some extra taunts. Like, it's just, I think it just has more tools, better equipped to fight for the board. We are going to see the mirror. Reynad, pretty good start. You know, the old Chow juggler into muster for battle. Never lucky.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Oh, and he gets it down to 1 HP. He doesn't need to attack his Chowin.
I guess everybody
That's it.
decided that Cogmaster is correct.
Cog Hammer.
Coghammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the consecration. Well, that's the card he needed to stay in this. Reynad's probably going to get upset about it, but he had just about the best start he
Yeah.
could have in that deck. And he's still curving out here. He is by no means done. He's good until turn 5. So, it's not like the pressure's letting up at all.
We are going to see some Light's Justice charges going to waste.
Yeah, just a few. But those juggles will be well worth it. Five drop. Ooh, okay. Maybe he wants to play Consecration. Maybe
Yeah.
afraid of a Quartermaster.
I think you definitely just play it.
You just play the Consecration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too afraid of Quartermaster.
And Reynad saw last game that he does have 2 in his deck. So
That's true.
more likely than normal that it's in the hand. And he could probably afford to play around it here. I don't
It's
think
even better
he's-
now just because you have the Chow to fill
Yeah,
out the
he's got the
curve.
Chow. He's still very strong on board. And putting on a ton of pressure. Down to 15.
Yeah.
You know, those minions, that damage is going to add up.
These juggles matter a
Surprised he
lot.
didn't attack with his first Light's Justice. I guess he wants to see where the knives go, but yeah, I guess he wants to see where the knives go. Maybe if like 2 land on the Chow, he'd throw an attack into the Chow.
I agree with waiting.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think the extra charge is going to matter
Yeah.
as much as killing a creature if he
If
is
he
able
gets the
to.
right juggles, yeah, because his attack would change based on where the knives landed. But alright, Reynad can kill 3 of the minions on the board.
As long as Godslayer stabilizes just a little bit,
Yeah.
Sylvanas is just going to do so much work.
He's got
And
Sylvanas
Doc-
Boom into lay on hands. I mean, Reynad's gonna need to start drawing some of his late game if he can't push this damage through and end it soon.
Reynad doesn't know it,
What?
but he should be taking an aggressive
Yeah,
stance
he
here.
should. He kind of is. He left the juggler up, interestingly enough. More afraid of that double quartermaster. Perhaps has reason to.
So for the next turn, Sylvanas is just going to be a 5/5. The death rattle is really not going to matter unless an equality is drawn.
There is not going to be a next turn because that's going to be lethal.
Yeah.
That's 11. Got the
I also keep
consecration for good measure. Well, that's it. Paladin got the Reynad got the aggressive start, and Gosler just couldn't get to his heels in time. Didn't get any taunts. Couldn't get to his heels. Almost had a swing turn with the knife juggler muster for battle, but didn't quite get there. Knives didn't land. Two of the knives went to the face. So
And Reynad pretty much had the hand that you would pick if you could just choose the cards in
yeah,
your opening
yeah.
hand.
If he was choosing out of his deck, it would probably look a lot like what he had. So Templestone looking to bounce back from that loss. Off to a good start. Up 1-0 in this series.